A very good morning to everybody. So we will start with our flagship product of Indus Viva, which is nothing but I Pulse. Well, everybody must be excited, definitely. So even I am excited as well to talk about I Pulse. Well, the first thing about I Pulse is it's one of the brand of Indus Viva, which is our flagship brand. And in fact, the name Pulse signifies it is major, it is somewhat which is very important to us. The pulse is always important to us. The pulse is in our heart as well as in our arteries. The pulse is always close to us. That is the reason why this is actually the flagship product of Indus Viva. Well, most of my patients do ask me that there are so many diseases and disorders on this planet Earth. How do we counteract them? That is the first question. Well, I always tell them that there is only one answer to counteract all these diseases and disorders as well as preventing them. The answer is nothing but antioxidants. Well, this word antioxidant plays a very important role so far as I Pulse is concerned. Well, I would like to talk about these antioxidants a bit later on. Well, before that, I Pulse. Well, as everybody knows, I Pulse is actually a liquid formulation, which is nothing but a mixture of fruit concentrates which is delivered in a liquid form. Well, that is the first thing. And the next important thing, as everybody notices, the most important ingredient of I Pulse is nothing but our acai berry. Well, everybody has to know about this acai berry actually. See, most of you might have seen the outer carton of I Pulse as well, wherein the photograph of acai berry is actually seen. That is the first thing that the distributors need to observe. Well, acai berry is actually a kind of palm tree. See, most of you might have seen these palm trees. See, coconut is also a kind of palm. There are other types of palms available in India as well. Whereas this acai berry is a kind of palm which is found only in the South American continent, especially in the Amazon forests of South America. It is mainly the Amazon forests surrounding the countries of Brazil, Argentina, Chile and such other countries. See, this acai berry is botanically called as Eutrip oleracea. See, every plant has a botanical nomenclature. Every plant has a scientific name. It is actually called as a scientific name. In fact, this is called as Eutrip oleracea. The other important thing is, this is usually found in the forests of South America, so especially in the countries like Brazil, Argentina and so on. The most important thing is, when you see the history of this acai berry, this is actually used by the tribes in South American forests, especially to prevent them against all kinds of diseases and disorders. That is the first and the foremost thing that made us to take this particular ingredient and add in this formulation. So, acai berry is traditionally used by the tribal people of South America in the management of so many disorders. Well, the other important thing is, the modern science has given a lot more importance to this acai berry by scientifically researching it and validating it. So, the one of the important things which come into the play is the ORAC value. See, most of you might be knowing about this ORAC value, oxygen radical absorbance capacity. I would like to repeat this again. ORAC is called as oxygen radical absorbance capacity. Normally, the ORAC value is a value which is in terms of numericals. It is in terms of numbers, which actually gives you a particular value to see that this particular ingredient is a very good antioxidant. See, for example, the ORAC value of acai berry is 1,02,700 moles. It is 1,02,700 moles. This is one of the highest ORAC values available in the world, which means acai berry is actually one of the major ingredients which is known as a true antioxidant, which is capable of combating conditions like cancer. So that is what the actual ending line is. Well, the ORAC value is very important in order to assess the antioxidant capabilities of various ingredients. A simple tomato, a simple potato, a simple carrot, a simple watermelon, whatever you use in the daily life is also having ORAC values. But when you see into their ORAC values, for example, a thing like tomato will have a ORAC value of only about 90s or 100s to be more specific. Well, whereas a thing like acai berry is having 1,02,700, which is very, very big, and in fact, this is a thing which is required for combating major diseases in the world. This is having the highest ORAC score in the world, and this is also called as the number one antioxidant in the world as well. It is also a number one immune system supporter. That is the reason why when I was answering the question of one of the distributors I said that in the post-TB conditions as well, like post-tuberculosis condition, whereas a person is very weak during that time, the immunity is already depleted. So giving I Pulse is a very important choice, a very good choice, because it is a very good immune system supporter. Well, the next important thing is there are several in vitro studies. In vitro studies are cell line studies which are done using petri dishes or petri plates inside the laboratories. In fact, acai berry has shown very good activity against reducing the cancer causing cells as well as preventing the cancer cells from multiplying ahead or multiplying in the future, which means to say that it has a very important capability in preventing cancer as well as spreading the prevention of the spreading of cancer, which is in scientific terms we call it as metastasis. Metastasis is spreading of cancer from one stage to the other. Everybody might be knowing there are different stages of cancer actually. There are 1, 2, 3 and 4 stages of cancer. There are 4 stages of cancer. This is called as metastasis or spreading of cancer. In fact, this is a very important supplement which also can prevent the spreading of cancers from one stage to the other. That is called as metastasis. The next thing is, I would like to talk about a simple, very important kind of a drink which is developed by NASA. See, everybody is knowing about NASA. NASA is a space organization in the United States of America. So the drink is actually called as AS10. You can also get this on the website. The AS10 is a combination of various fruit concentrates including acai berry. A small little story which I have to narrate here. See, these astronauts are always working in the space. You might be knowing about the International Space Station which is established by NASA in the space. See, what exactly happens is, we human beings are living on this planet Earth. So this planet Earth has a particular layer called as the ozone layer. This ozone layer, however, because of all this pollution and all these days, it is depleting now. Because of deforestation, there are no trees in this planet now. Ultimately, the ozone layer is depleting. The most important thing of ozone layer is it prevents the ultraviolet rays from the sun reaching the earth. That is the most important thing. Whenever the ultraviolet rays of the sun reaches the earth and touches us, suppose if the ozone layer is not there, the person can develop cancers, skin cancers to be more specific. And of course, if the skin is affected, different kinds of cancers in the body can also happen. So when the ozone layer is there, because of which we are prevented from the cancers. Whereas the astronauts who are working in the space stations, for example, they are directly exposed to the sun's rays, that is the ultraviolet rays. In the space there is no UV layer, or there is no the ozone layer is not there. So in such cases what will happen is, the ultraviolet rays from the sun directly will affect the astronauts. Even though they may be wearing the suit as well, the suit is protective to certain extent only. So it will not prevent the ultraviolet rays from passing inside and penetrating the body. The ultraviolet rays are very minute rays in fact. So what exactly happened in NASA was, they actually gave this AS10 drink to these astronauts, made them drink the AS10 juice and sent them to the space. And when they were working in the space, the ultraviolet rays, even though touched their bodies, did not cause any skin cancers. This means that the acai berry which is present in the AS10 drink had a very significant anti-cancer potential. So this was the main reason why this particular ingredient acai berry is taken into our product, and that is why, as everybody of you know, I Pulse is a very important product for the prevention of cancer as well as prevention of spreading of cancer, or in other words, metastasis of cancer. Well, this is the most important thing. So the final line of this is, acai berry is actually an ingredient which is used by the tribal people of South America for centuries as a food supplement. Acai berry is not something which is fallen from the Mars. It is growing on our planet Earth itself, in a different continent of course, and people have been using this since many years as a dietary supplement as well. Well, the next thing, I Pulse is actually a synergistic combination of 14 other fruit concentrates. I Pulse is not only a single ingredient composition. As you all know, it is having acai berry as well as 14 other fruits. When I talk about the 14 other fruits, there are 5 important berries in it. See, the importance of berries always lies in their ORAC values, whatever the berry is. So acai berry along with blueberry, blackberry, mulberry and strawberry. These are the 5 berries which are present inside I Pulse. Again I am trying to repeat this: acai berry, blueberry, blackberry, strawberry and mulberry. These berries are always rich with antioxidant capacities, and the ORAC values of berries are always high as compared to the other fruits. That is the reason why when the berries are actually used in excessive amounts, majority of the diseases and disorders can be prevented. Well, there are the Indian fruits are also available in this product, but most of these fruits as compared to the berries have less ORAC values. The ORAC values are very less as compared to the other fruits, but still it is called as a synergistic combination. Always this synergism or uniting together. When the combination of ingredients are used in a certain proportion or in a certain ratio inside a product, ultimately the antioxidant capacity will be exhibited out. That is the reason why I Pulse is having a very good antioxidant benefit. Well, talking about the antioxidant benefit, I will always try to narrate this story of an apple again. Well, it might be an apple or take a potato as well. Potato is also a very good example for antioxidant. See, whenever apple can be a green apple can be a red apple, whatever it is. Well, when the apple is cut into two pieces, what exactly happens? Everybody knows after 5 or 10 minutes, the pulp inside the apple becomes brown, or sometimes it is very dark brown or black in color. Everybody knows this particular thing. But why this exact thing happens? See, whenever the pulp of the apple is reacting with the oxygen in the air, this process is called as oxidation. Because of this oxidation, the pulp inside the apple becomes black or dark brown in color. In fact, there is certain amount of iron which is present in both apple as well as potatoes, which is responsible for this black color being happening inside the apple pulp. So that is the actual reason. The actual reason is oxidation which is happening. The same thing happens in our human body also. See, oxygen is actually very much important for we people as we are respiring oxygen every moment. But this oxygen also has some side effects or some bad effects onto the body. See, I am subjected to inhaling the oxygen even right now when I am speaking. This oxygen goes inside my lungs, I put the carbon dioxide out. But what exactly happens? This is called as healthy respiration. But whenever the oxidation process happens, why exactly this oxidation process happens? Because we human beings are subjected to various hazards in the universe. For example, we are driving our vehicle and coming to the office in the morning. We are subjected to a biggest hazard in the universe called as pollution. So this pollution mainly contains a gas called as carbon monoxide. Everybody knows carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide, when we are inhaling this along with oxygen, what exactly happens? This oxidation process happens, because of which my lungs gets disturbed. The various lining inside the lungs, the cells inside the lungs are damaged. So this process of oxidation can damage my cells. That is the same case which happens in the case of apple. See, the apple skin is normally red or green in color. That particular skin is very good protection agent for this apple. Until and unless the skin of the apple is there, the pulp of the apple is always protected. Whenever the skin of the apple is removed, the pulp is damaged. That is the reason why skin is the most important part of the body. This will allow each and every organism to enter inside the body if the skin is damaged. That is the reason why you have to protect your skin all the time. Skin is actually the entry point of all the pathogens inside the body. That is the reason why I am telling I Pulse is also very important product for all kinds of skin problems, because protecting your skin is the most important thing for protection against all kinds of diseases and disorders. Well, this is the process of oxidation and reduction. What exactly happens after oxidation is the next thing. Whenever the body is under the process of oxidation, what exactly happens is a kind of stress happens called as oxidative stress. Well, this is also a kind of stress. See, whenever the oxidative stress happens, there is a particular element which is projected out of the body called as free radicals. See, what exactly happens? I will try to repeat this again for your own importance. First thing is the oxidation. Because of oxidation, the oxidative stress happens. Because of oxidative stress, the third thing which happens is liberation of free radicals. See, free radicals are these macromolecules which are very bad to the body. Whenever the free radicals are released, it causes various diseases and disorders. For example, whenever the free radicals are more in the brain, the person can go in for diseases like Parkinsonism, Alzheimer's, paralysis and so on. Whenever the free radicals are more in the heart, for example, the person can go in for heart attack. Whenever the free radicals are more in pancreas, the person is prone to be diabetic. Whenever the free radicals are more in liver, it can cause liver cirrhosis, which can in fact lead to liver damage. Sometimes the liver should be taken out. Doctors usually take out the liver by surgeries. So again, because the liver has the potential to regenerate, again the liver grows back. Whereas what about kidneys? Whenever the free radicals are more in kidneys, there is permanent kidney damage. whenever the permanent kidney damage happens, the kidneys will never grow back, the kidneys will never come back. Ultimately, the person is under dialysis or kidney transplantation has to be done. So, these free radicals are very, very bad macromolecules which can cause all kinds of diseases and disorders from your brain till your toes. So, that is the importance of this particular oxidation and reduction, and that is the reason why the antioxidants are discovered only to fight against these free radicals. Whenever the antioxidants in adequate amounts are taken inside the body, the free radicals are destroyed. Whenever the free radicals are destroyed, the person can be 100% prevented from all kinds of diseases and disorders. Well, to tell you, a human body actually requires around 5000 ORAC units of antioxidants every day. 5000 ORAC units. Well, how to get this 5000 ORAC units is a question mark. Well, we always give this example stating that when a person consumes 3.5 kgs, I am repeating it again, when a person consumes 3.5 kgs of organically grown, cultivated, fresh fruits, including all kinds of berries, 3.5 kgs of such fruits can give you 5000 ORAC units of antioxidants every day. But is it possible? Is the question. 3.5 kgs of consumption of fruits per day, definitely it is not possible. Second thing, do you get such fruits in the market? Because all the fruits today which are available in a country like India, they are not organic, first thing. Second thing is, they are grown using all kinds of chemical fertilizers. That is the second thing. The third important thing is, they are genetically modified also sometimes. You might have heard about the story of Alfonso mangoes, one of the costliest mangoes which is available in this country. See, what exactly happened was, the European Union has banned the import and export of Alfonso mangoes because they were genetically modified. Whenever the product is genetically modified, you will get good results, but ultimately the quality of the product suffers. That is the reason why genetically modified foods are not used. That is the reason I Pulse, which is having around 15 fruits in it, they are 100% organic. They are 100% organic and chemical free, and that is the reason why 60 ml of I Pulse, when it is consumed in a day, will actually give you around 5000 or more than that of 5000 ORAC units of antioxidants. So that is the reason why 60 ml of I Pulse is actually equal to 3.5 kgs of garden fresh fruits which are organic in nature. So a person who can consume 60 ml of this I Pulse in a day will definitely get more than 5000 ORAC units of antioxidants, and definitely he will be free from all kinds of diseases and disorders. Well, this is about the antioxidant concept. Well, the next thing is, when you actually talk about the benefits of I Pulse, this is, I know that people are in fact very enthusiastic to listen to the benefits of I Pulse. Well, I try to coin this as wellness of I Pulse. Let us come in this way. I Pulse is definitely a wellness product. That is the first thing. The second thing that you need to know is, I Pulse is a very good dietary supplement. Again, I Pulse is not a mainline medicine. I am stressing it again. I Pulse is not a mainline medicament. It is actually a supplement which can be given in a condition like cancer, along with the medicines that the person, he or she, is consuming. So, you should not give this as a main line of medicine in cancer and tell people that this will cure cancer. No. It has to be taken along with chemotherapy or radiotherapy or whatever the medicines which a patient is consuming. I Pulse can also be given together. So, that is the actual answer. Well, coming to the benefits of I Pulse, as I already told you, antioxidants are very important for counteracting the diseases and disorders from the head to the toe. Well, let us start with some of the benefits. The first benefit is the antioxidant benefit itself. See, when you see the antioxidant benefits mainly is required for protecting the cells inside the body. See, the human body is actually a combination of various organs. How are the organs made? The organs are nothing but a bunch of tissues. A combination of tissues is equal to organs. How are these tissues made? Tissues are a bunch of cells or a combination of cells. So in short, the human body is actually a combination of millions and billions of cells. So in fact, these cells are very important for both advantage as well as disadvantage of the body. In order to tell this in a correct way, cells are actually required for all goodness and badness in the body. Well, the most important thing is you need to protect yourself in order to protect your cells in order to protect yourself. So this protection of the cells is actually done by this antioxidants which is present in this I Pulse. What exactly happens is, every cell will have a membrane called a cell membrane. See, an apple has a skin, right? a human body also has a skin. The cell has a skin called as cell membrane. See, whenever the cell membrane is intact, the cells will be protected always. Whereas in a condition like cancer, this cell membrane is always disrupted, or it is, it is cut away like this. So in order to prevent this, these cells being disrupted, these antioxidants are very important. In fact, iPulse is actually doing this work of protecting the cell membranes from disrupting or depletion, so that the viruses or bacteria will enter inside. So the viruses and bacteria will never enter inside the cell until and unless the person is consuming this iPulse. Such things will never enter inside the cell and cause problems. Well, the next important thing what I am trying to tell here is, I will talk from the head to the toe, as I told you. Cerebral wellness. The first and the foremost thing is cerebral wellness. Cerebral always refers to the head. Well, the first thing what iPulse does is, it strengthens the nervous system. As you all know, nervous system is a huge thing if I have to speak. So nervous system, in the sense, it is required for your memory. That is first thing. Second thing, it is also required as your brain is located there. So because the whole body needs to be in a state of equilibrium, and ultimately the central nervous system is the most important thing. So iPulse actually does the strengthening of the nervous system. It strengthens the memory and also gives you mental clarity. So these are the three important things what iPulse does in the nervous system. Well, coming to the immunity wellness, the next thing is about the immunity system, or the immune system, or in medical terms we call this as reticuloendothelial system. What exactly happens here is, you have various disorders which are prevailing in this universe today. So most of them are actually due to bacteria and viruses. Normally, when a person is infected with some bacterial disease, it is very easy to take the bacteria out. But whereas when a person is actually affected with some kind of viral disease, it is quite difficult to take the virus out until and unless your immune system is very strong. So iPulse is actually doing that work. It is making your immune system strong so that you are not affected with any kind of virus or bacteria. Well, in the same sense, what I am trying to tell here is, the most commonest thing which is happening because of virus or bacteria is fevers. Most of the fevers which are appearing today, like the swine flu or the dengue, what I am trying to tell you is, iPulse is a very good supplement, especially for the prevention and management of such fevers. So you can definitely suggest iPulse in such conditions. Well, the next thing is the gut wellness. Whenever I talk about the gut, it is nothing but the gastrointestinal system. People normally ask me, see, I have been suffering with all kinds of acidity, gastritis, there is severe gastric problem. Well, when I was talking about this eye charge, I have already told you what gas is all about. Gas is a thing which is present in the stomach, but the initiator of the gas is always present in the brain. It is called as the general adaptation syndrome. So the gas is actually present in the brain, but it is seen in the stomach. That is what exactly it is. So what exactly the iPulse does is, it supports normal digestion, it regulates your bowel movements, and iPulse is also a very good remedy in the management or prevention of hemorrhoids or nothing but piles. Even patient with piles, that is with bleeding piles, they can also take this iPulse as a supplement product. Well, the next kind of wellness is metabolic wellness. Metabolic wellness in the sense, people with diabetes as well as overweight and obesity can also consume iPulse in varied doses actually. Well, the next kind of wellness I am trying to talk about is, the most important thing which is happening today, especially in working class of people, is varicose veins. So because we try to work the whole day, we stand at a place and work, we sit at a place and work, such things will actually cause the circulation to be impaired in the body. That is actually called as varicose veins. The veins, what exactly the veins do in the body? They actually take the impure blood from different parts of the body and put it into the heart. That is what the explanation is. So varicose veins, what exactly happens is, the veins will actually become some kind of tortuous. Tortuous in the sense, they will become in a ring pattern or a circular pattern. Ultimately, the pain in the leg will happen. Even in such conditions of varicose veins, one can use iPulse with good benefits. Well, the next important thing is the visual benefits. In fact, iPulse is also good for the eyes, because there are certain berry constituents with good antioxidants which are rich with vitamin A, very good for eye problems as well. Endocrine wellness. Well, I have been speaking about this endocrine things about iPulse in most of the training programs wherever I go. The endocrine wellness, the first and the foremost thing is your thyroid. See, there is a general perception even among the tech world, whenever you see some of the microblogging websites as well as some of the other websites, you try to see this thyroid as one of the major diseases, and the fruit juices should not be used in thyroid. That is the actual thing what people say. What I am trying to say is, there has been good studies in the United States of America trying to say that things like acai berry are very good in the management of thyroid problems. See, I'll tell you the actual misnomer what the people have here. See, normally when a person is having hypothyroidism, especially 99% of ladies or female patients suffer from these thyroid problems. Normally they gain weight after these thyroid problems. What people normally think is, whenever you drink fruit juices after gaining weight, the weight will again increase. The weight will increase. That is the actual problem. Well, definitely that is not the problem. What I am trying to tell here is, these fruits which are present in eye pulse will never increase the weight directly until and unless the diet is supplemented. So I am clearly telling that eye pulse can be used for thyroid conditions also under the supervision, as well as some of the dosage variations might be done in thyroid patients to get ultimate effects. Well, the next thing is the cardiac wellness or the heart wellness. Well, eye pulse is a very good product, especially in the management and prevention of atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis is nothing but the fat which is present inside the arteries of the heart. In other words, it is nothing but the cholesterol. Whenever the cholesterol increases in the heart, it blocks the arteries in the heart, it causes heart attacks. Whenever the cholesterol increases in the brain, it blocks the arteries in the brain, it causes paralysis. That is the reason why cholesterol has to be retarded, the cholesterol has to be controlled inside the body. So eye pulse is a very good solution in the prevention and the management of cholesterol kind of diseases. In fact, eye pulse also has one of the functions called as platelet aggregation. In fact, the platelet aggregation, platelets are the thing which is responsible for clotting the blood. In fact, this has antiplatelet activity as well to a certain extent. So in case of cholesterol cases, it reduces the cholesterol by melting the cholesterol actually. Next, the most important thing is tumor wellness is nothing but the cancer care. There are so many cases of cancer where the eye pulse is actually given in India today. There are so many cases with me as well. Well, what I suggest you distributors is, as I have previously told, eye pulse should always be given as a supplement in the cancer cases, especially in the prevention of cancer and supporting the cancer wellness. In fact, the cancer people will have so many other effects, like there is severe pain in the body, there is severe vomiting is there. In such conditions, eye pulse can definitely be given as a preventive medicine. Along with chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and along with their cancer medications, eye pulse should be given. It should never be told that eye pulse is a main line of medicine in the treatment of cancer. Cancer can never be cured 100%. Definitely it can be controlled and prevented. And of course, the staging of cancer, as I have previously told, the spreading of cancer can also be prevented with eye pulse. Definitely in such conditions, I urge you, I appeal to you distributors to give this product in the prevention and management of cancers only. Yes. The next thing is, of course, coming to the dose of eye pulse. As I have previously told, always the general dose of eye pulse is 2 times in a day. 30 ml in the morning it should be taken at least 10 or 15 minutes before breakfast, and 30 ml in the night half an hour before dinner. So try to take this. What I normally suggest is, it can be mixed with water as it is written on the pack. There are a few questions which has come to me already, but what I suggest you is, don't mix it with water. Directly measure 30 ml in a measuring cup. Take a measuring cup, take a plastic measuring cup which is available in the shops. It just costs you around 10 rupees. Measure 30 ml in the morning, 30 ml in the night, and then consume eye pulse. That will give you the beneficial results. Well, the next, the most important thing, some FAQs I am trying to tell you here. Is eye pulse suitable for diabetics? That is the first question which comes to me. People say, yes, eye pulse has sugar, sir. Eye pulse is very sweet to taste. How can you give it in diabetes? That is the first question. What I am trying to tell you here is, eye pulse is actually a combination of various fruit concentrates. I am again coming back to the sugar science. Eye pulse is a combination of fruits. The fruit contains a sugar called as fructose. In fact, the table sugar that we use in our houses is called as sucrose, which is having high glycemic index. Sucrose is nothing but sugar which is derived from the sugar cane. That is having a glycemic index of around 70 to 80, which is not good for diabetics. But whenever you see this eye pulse is a combination of fruits which contains fructose, and the fructose has relatively low glycemic index, and it is very good for diabetic people. Diabetes people can definitely consume this eye pulse safely. Well, is it good for blood pressure? I have low blood pressure, I have high blood pressure. Definitely. In both the conditions, eye pulse can be given. Eye pulse will not alter your blood pressure. Well, age limit. Is there any age limit for eye pulse? Well, what I'll tell you here is, from pediatrics to geriatrics. Pediatrics in the sense from children till geriatrics, which is the old age. probably around 80 to 90 years or even more, I Pulse can definitely be given. Well, what is the dose? I have already told you, 30 ml 2 times in a day, morning as well as evening, half an hour before dinner in the night and around 15 minutes in the morning before breakfast is actually the dose of I Pulse. Well, there are certain other conditions, as most of the distributors are messaging me daily. I will try to alter the dose so that the 60 ml goes inside the body in a day, whereas in divided doses. I'll tell you a simple example. A condition like asthma or bronchitis, wherever the phlegm is inside the lungs, normally the product has to be given in divided doses 3 or 4 times in a day. Only then the asthma problems can be controlled. There are some specific issues where the distributors can ask me questions directly one-to-one or during the FAQs or during the, with the WhatsApp messages as well. I'll try to answer those questions individually. Well, regarding pregnancy and lactation, that is the last question that I have. Pregnancy and lactation, I Pulse can be given definitely. Well, again the same rule appears here. For the first 2 trimesters of pregnancy, that is the first 6 months of pregnancy, I Pulse can be given safely. After the 7th month, with the supervision, I Pulse can be definitely given. During the lactation period, that is during the breastfeeding period, first month of breastfeeding, definitely no product should be given actually, as per my suggestion, because the breast milk will be thick because of colostrum content and the baby needs very quick nourishment during that period. I Pulse probably should be started from 2nd month of lactation. So that is the actual rule which applies throughout the products. Only during special cases, one-to-one conversation can happen between me and the distributors, and I will try to suggest you the dose. Well, so with this, friends, distributors, I would like to end this webinar on this I Pulse. Hope you have gained some knowledge with this webinar. So this is Dr. Balu Kolar who is signing from the desk. Thank you. So this is Dr. Balu Kolar who is signing from the desk. Thank you.